So we're driving the Defender. It's a nice Sunday. It's a good day to have it out. Man, it just drives so good. I don't know, a lot of the cars that, you know, I work on professionally, they come to me after being purchased from like Bring a Trailer or Cars and Bids or these other like large auction sites. And they look amazing in the photos. But you never really get to see how they drive. And then they come to me and I start working on them and it's a nightmare. So I'm just gonna give you a little word of advice. You might want to at least go out and see these vehicles. And so I make these videos to try to get it as close as possible for you to feel and see and hear what it's like to actually own one. And like go through the gears and drive it and like no top on and I don't know, all the stuff that kind of makes you feel like you're in the car. At least if I was buying a car, that's how I'd like to see it. Of course, when it's for me and I'm buying something, you know, pretty expensive, pretty rare, it's like I get nothing, you know, 2 photos and here's your car. Anyways, the other thing is you'll watch a bunch of videos on Defenders, or let's say an NAS, like a North American spec Defender, and you're just getting into it. That's probably why you're watching the video. You're getting into Land Rovers. You want to see if this would be a good car for you. And you're listening to somebody that doesn't own the car, that definitely doesn't work on them or doesn't work on them professionally, and then they have opinions on them when it's not even theirs. It's like, and that's the car video industry right now. All right, just turning around here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back to my place so I can put the top on for you. Even though I don't want to put the top on, it's August, but I'll do it because I'm selling the car. You should see it. I'm going through the gears now. We're moving. This truck's quick. I know there's a pretty big difference between the V8 and the diesels, and trust me, I like the diesels, but they don't feel like this. And with the highways that I have around here in Western Maryland, you got to be able to get up to 80 miles an hour. Just safely, you got to be able to merge when you need to merge. All right, here's another walk around. And I will be shooting an undercarriage, like I'll try to get underneath there so you can see more of it. It's very clean. New suspension, new tires. Wheels were refinished by Joe Dale at Alloy Wheel Repair in Gaithersburg. They do an amazing job, as you can see. Powder coated, so they'll last a lifetime now. They are all date matched. I have photos of that too, so they are original. We'll do a full 360, then we'll check out the inside. Here's the back. This is all original paint. So you can either see the aluminum coming through in some areas or the galvanized. There's the rear bumper. That's the stainless steel catback exhaust system. There's your number 640 plate. Here's the only like real body damage. This dent here, as you can see, dented. Otherwise it's very clean, which is cool because on a lot of these NAS Defenders, I'm not knocking it, but they'll be all repainted, and when they get repainted you can't really tell what it looked like before. And since this is aluminum, it can dent very easily, and then you know you kind of got some Bondo patch job, so it's kind of cool when you see them in the original. Here's your door corners. Everything is very clean. Here's your floors. Here's your passenger seats. And on this restoration, I really tried to keep it all original, other than changing out to much better hardware. There's the back where the kiddos ride. And that's the matching denim vinyl. It's the same in the front. So it looks pretty cool. But it's modern. And I went with that only just because I have young kids, so I wanted the headrests and everything for safety. Got the belts up there in the corner. Yeah, so you'll see like stainless steel throughout everywhere. Got your mirrors. Stainless hardware for the safety devices top. Yeah, sorry these videos are so long, but you know, if I was spending a lot of money on a vehicle, I'd want to at least see as much as I can, other than just some photos. Then this is my pride and joy. So I want it to go to somebody that's really going to enjoy it. I now have 3 daughters, so I'll be looking for something. I got a Range Rover Classic right now. That's probably going to replace it down the line. Maybe like a 4-door Defender build. Who knows? But obviously we all love this one. Yeah, there's not much to the interiors on these. You got your visors up there. I left the little Alpine bar in there because when I run a car cover on it in the summer, rather than putting the whole soft top on, if you run the car cover, it helps it not puddle up and pool up. So I'll just throw that on. I'll take it off when I drive it tonight. Here's your cubby box. That flips down. Ooh, all my valuables. Just have a Blaupunk Bluetooth radio in there, and you'll see if this flips out, you can cover it, or you don't have it covered. Some cup holders in here. Got a clock. Square clocks are cool. Here's the seat. Oh, I'll show you. This is kind of cool. Oh, also, you'll get the custom keychain. So let's say you want to get to your battery. You lift up that seat here. You got the 2 posts in the back. Do it one-handed. It's always fun. Put that down there. Right there. Now you flip up this. I don't know if I can do it one-handed, but yeah, we can. There's your battery. It's got a big Land Rover battery in there right now. And there's one of these on the passenger side too that has your jack. You know, if you're not driving the car for probably a couple of weeks, you're going to want to get like a quick disconnect. Some guys mount them here, but you got to drill through. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not going to do it on this one. It's kind of cool. It's got like a lot of patina on it. And then here, so I'm the second owner on the car. So I left the registration stickers on it. These are your vents. They fold out on the inside. And so when you're driving, the air comes through. What else can I show you? Rear hatch. Swings out this way. That's all been rebuilt too. All of that has been removed, cleaned, painted. Zerk fittings have all been greased. So it's smooth. It doesn't squeak. Oh, I did this upgrade. This is the NAS LED bar. I don't know. It was in better shape and it's a lot brighter. This is a zipper, which is neat. It's waterproof. So if you want to put your stuff in there, or your like wet clothes or maps, I think is what they call it, but I just have like an air tag in there. Well, now you'll know. Let's see, we can fold the seat down with this switch here, so you can run it flat, and then right here you lift that up, and that can go out of the way for storage or sitting, but you want to have that clipped in when you're driving. here. Oh, this is my bimini top, in case I want to run that later. The backs of the seats, the cubby. More of this cool factory roll bar. I don't know. All right. I know I'm gonna have to film it with the top on. I've done it now with the tonneau cover, so I'll have to do it with the top on. What else should I do it with? Maybe the bimini top, and then an interior driving shot, so we'll do that. Actually, let me go ahead and pop the hood too. All right, here it is with the hood up. Factory hood. It's in decent shape. Engine's very clean. I've done all the tune-up items. When I first got it, I went ahead and did a new radiator in it. It was just for safety. And this one's from Rover's North. It's for the NAS Defender only, because it has the oil cooler lines that go into the radiator. So that's the difference there. I think it's a different size too. New belts, plug wires, all your tune-up stuff has been done. And I did do a water pump when I did the radiator also. Brake lines, a lot of those have been done. Yeah. All right, so since this is a 1994, this was a factory tonneau cover. And what a tonneau cover is essentially, it just covers just the interior, not the top. So it'll go over the seats, so you'll see the different seat headrest humps. There's your steering wheel hump right here. And then it has all the snaps to snap into place. And I have used it, but actually I have two. One has been in storage since 1994. Okay, so that was never used, so I didn't want to use that one. The other one here, which is identical, I was using, and it's great, but it did have this small little 2-inch rip right there. So that'll just have to be sewn up. But other than that, I mean, all the vinyl and everything you see here is really soft, really pliable. Nothing's hard or cracked or anything like that. It is good stuff. This one came with the truck. I still can't figure out what it is. It almost looks like it would be the rear, like a rear tonneau cover if you had the jumper seats, but it didn't have the jumper seats. So I'm not sure, but you'll get that. Here is the original Made in USA best stop, soft top for this truck. It's off right now because it's summertime. I will be putting it back on for the sale of the truck. It has two very, very small, I don't know if you can see it, that were patched a couple years ago, but no leaks. And it fits really good. And what was nice about this top was also in storage for that many years and was not on the truck. And so the windows that zip in the sides and the back are in perfect shape. They're crystal clear glass, which is really nice. Soft plastic. Here's the bimini top, which we do use that all the time, or the bikini top, bimini top. Just covers the top portion there. I do find it to be very noisy on the highways, so I'd rather just not use it. But you'll get that. Let's walk over here. This, you'll get the car cover. It's a waterproof car cover. If you don't have a garage, that's great. Here is the factory NAS springs. So if you want to go back to the factory suspension, there they are. These are beautiful. These are also date stamped 1994 door tops. The sliding windows, these are all factory, but these were in a crate since 1994. And I pulled them out a couple years ago when I got the truck. So essentially they're like new. So they just work amazingly. Here's your, it's kind of a little hard to film that, but here's the extra, you'll get an extra key. I have that out, but you know, they just slide so effortlessly. The studs are in great shape. That would be the travel bag for your windows. This will carry the rear window and the two side windows. There's no point in me unzipping this now to show you, so I'll just show it to you when the soft top is on the truck to show you how clear the glass is. That is the rear bar. These are some cargo nets that came with the truck. I didn't use them, but it's up to you if you want to. Some roll bar, fabric padding, Velcro stuff. Here's your jack stuff. This was pretty cool. This was in the truck when I got it. It was like a Land Rover towing package. I know people geek out about that stuff. Here is the factory service manual. Very cool. This is for your Defender, NAS. That will come in handy. That's a thick one. And that is real. That's factory one. Here, very valuable to the truck. I don't know if you can see it. This is the factory owner's manual. And the factory's owner's manual will also have the dealer directory in 1994, where this truck came from, which was in the Pittsburgh area. See if I can remember here. Pennsylvania. It was from Ascot Imported Cars. So that is where the truck came from. Oh, your radio removal. I mean, it has everything. It is a full complete. This is what came with the truck. This was not purchased elsewhere. This came with the vehicle. It's everything in amazing condition, which is really important when you buy one of these. I mean, it's such a fun vehicle to own. You want to try to keep everything together. All right, so that should cover all of the accessories on what you get. And now we'll do a walk around with the truck and everything else. All right, so this was the tonneau cover I was telling you about. I mean, I didn't snap it in all the way, but you get the idea. It goes over the seats there, over the steering wheel. You can unzip it so just the driver can drive like this. Should be fine like around like a beach town or something, but not on the highway. It'd get pretty loud. It snaps in, there's like some snaps, and then you could Velcro it around the roll bar. It's pretty cool. Maybe, you know, you guys just wanted to see what it looks like, a Defender with a tonneau cover. Alright, so you can see here the top is on. So these are the windows. See that? 1994. Best stop. These are the half doors, is what they talk about on these Defenders. So the windows actually, well, they lock, but I leave them unlocked. I'll show you how they work. So it's just this right here, this little latch. Latch them up, unlatch them. These were in a crate since 1994, a wooden crate. It was really cool. So I got to be the first ones to install those and put those on like that. But that's the top, and it fits really, really well. That kind of got a little bit of wear here. They'll do that from the third brake light. And so when they talk about having the rail like gutter system, it's basically this rail system that gets screwed in. I think that was done right after the guy bought the car at the dealer. I think this car was sold without a top even, is what he told me. And so they sold him a top and tonneau covers and the doors and all that. Something about it being early. I don't know. It's just what he told me. It looks good with the top. And honestly, once it has the top on it and you got the heat on, it's now a winter vehicle. Taking everything off, it's not the worst. It still even has the original duct tape I've left on there. That's how it was. But you basically got two holes underneath here. One right here, one right here, and you know, like a 15 millimeter socket, something like that, goes right up in there, and then it unbolts these two studs. Like I said, the windows open up both ways, this way and that way. So depending on how you want your airflow, and then you do have obviously your fan, heat and cold or fresh air. You got a little horn right here. That's how you honk the horn. Not here. On the side. I don't know. I think that should be enough. I mean, that's a pretty good tour of what a 1994 Defender NAS is like.